Hi, it's Friday night, the 22nd of May, and day 143 of Living the Dream. The power statement I wrote out last night for today says, I will start at the top of the remaining task list and work to get many of those tasks as I possibly can get done today. I know one of them may take some considerable amount of time, so I'm not saying how many tasks I'll get done, but I will work hard and steady as I go to get as many done as I possibly can. As I complete each task, I've been deleting them off the list, but like I said last night, I've saved the original remaining task list when I started this and dated it. That way I can go back and see how many things I've completed and what they were, and it's just nice to have that list saved. Now, I want to show you the stack. I'm going to count these. 10. Your Journey to Business Alignment, 12 coaching lessons for beginner entrepreneurs, listing the titles and the bullet points. I'm working on that. I'm just showing one page, but I think I got 5 pages now. 2 Amigos list, I've got that going. Mindset is Everything podcast series, I got that all reprioritized and printed out. Coach's book list for Living the Dream, I've got 27. I'm going to get 3 more books, and that's done. Remaining tasks for me to do so that I'm ready to start developing my website. Here it is where I'm now. That's all gone. It's gone. Living the Dream coaching ideas, tasks to do. I've got a lot of those little steps done. Successful people's quotes and stories. I've built that and I'm adding to that for the future. My Webmaster website developer list. I've got 3 on there now. I'm going to get more so my beginner entrepreneurs know who they can contact. Living the Dream coaching lessons worksheet. All of those lessons and their key points are listed in one page for a quick little review. 8 steps, of course. So there's 10 things I've gotten off that list that are now deleted and done. So bam. Done. That's just so great to see so much come along. Okay. Now I want to show you this. Yesterday, this is Thursday's to-do list. I forgot to add it up. Bam, done. I love doing that. And here's Friday's. Today is right here. I've got 2 yellow ones. Do my next 5 tasks. Do the duo call to Avalon. My wife and I set up a system where there's a laptop gal there that has a laptop that we can duo, and she goes around and we can talk to those folks now for great connection, because we're not allowed to get back in there yet, so this is our way to connect. So it's great. My emails, anyhow, Friday's task got done. Love to do that. Okay, now, Christ says, get honest with yourself. What didn't go well today, Marty? What could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Yes, I did. Did you start your morning with power? Yep. Were you productive throughout your day? And did you get the most important things done? 10 of those tasks are done, so about 5 a day I've been able to do. One of them's taking a little longer. It's well into it and started, but it's not done yet, and I'm going to be happy when that's done. Did you move your goals forward? Yes, I did. Did you show up as the person you wanted to? Today was a great day. I love my Fridays, our Friday date nights. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Were you present? Yes. At 5:35, I was out the door. She's home. Went downstairs and we had a great date night. Oh, now combine all these questions together and ask this. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your commitments you made to yourself this morning? Well, I promised myself that I would work from the top of the list and do the first task and then just keep doing them one at a time until I run out of time, and that's exactly what I did starting this morning. So yes, I kept my promise I made to myself. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, I watched my must-TV, I call that must-TV favorite 5 movies, and then I just focused on getting tasks done one at a time. So no additional movie time was available, and then I spent my evening with Kathleen. Next is a question I added back onto this list of questions. Croy asked, what's the one thing that you didn't do well today, Marty, but you know you could do better starting tomorrow and going forward? What's that one thing that you could do better that would make all the difference going forward? So I thought about that. I'm going to leave this question on this fabulous one. The one thing I could have done better today was I could have gotten up an hour earlier. I got up at 7:30 this morning. And because I used the fact that today was a holiday, beginning of a holiday weekend, I didn't need to get up at 6:30 this morning. Friday Catherine was going to get off work an hour early, so that's true, of course. But I know I could have got up at an hour and got up at that 6:30 time and just done so much more, right? The other question I put back on my list to ask myself every night was this. I don't know where I got off the rails, but were there any mistakes, or did you have a failure that you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Remember how I was always doing that? It's been a few days or weeks that I stopped doing that, and I think it's because I didn't have many failures. There were 2 or 3 days straight that I basically took it off. So anyhow, I wanted to say this. The only failure I had was the fact that I chose to sleep in that hour today. I think it was because my wife was visiting my daughter overnight, and I just decided to stay in and anyhow, I should have just stayed on that process myself. And so I need to have that early rise habit totally locked in, no matter she's here or not here. And so I've called the tool of success to help remind me is the early bird gets the worm. That's the tool of success. Just that phrase, the early bird gets the worm. So that makes me responsible to get up early and go get the worm of success and own it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be the early riser no matter whether Kathleen's up with me or not. Next is a question Croy asks, is which I haven't been asking myself of late. I say that because in listening to my end of the day success routine audio, I realized that I had turned this question into coming up with a power statement. And I've been missing the power of what this specific point was that Croy was making. He says this: if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, even if your day went sideways, that little statement, even if your day went sideways getting it done, but you still felt like a success, what would that one thing be? Well, today's power statement said this. For tomorrow, I wrote this down. I will start at the top of my remaining task list and work to get as many of those tasks done as I possibly can. That's the focus. It's not my to-do list, but it is the most important one on that to-do list. And if it takes my whole day and I go sideways and work hard and still get it done, I'll still feel successful if I keep getting more remaining tasks off that list. I know that the lesson titles cheat sheet that I'm working on may take considerable more time because I'm looking at the lessons, I'm reading it, putting the bullets in there. And so I have the titles, lesson 1, and then these bullet points, and then I'm going to come up with questions that people can look. If I say, what would you do if you could learn this? What if you learn how to do this in 3 easy steps? Those kinds of things to help endear them to want to check this out. I'm not quite ready to get that finished. It's just got a lot more to do, and I'm not ready to do my focus group therefore, but I do have the questionnaire ready for the focus group members when I do my focus group and launch that. I'm also almost ready for my designer to design the branding for all the worksheets that I've got in there. Then I'm going to say I want this look throughout the whole worksheets. What can we do in the way outside design? And then bam, make those. I think there's about 20 plus worksheets that I've got. Next, I'm supposed to rate my day's effort. I got today, I thought it was a great day today, but I did give it a 7 because not getting up early. I did work at the speed of 7 today. I was relaxed. With it being the start of the weekend, I don't know, my head was somewhere else, I guess, and that's okay. It's just the way it is, so I gave myself a 7. Okay, let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. First of all, I'm grateful for my trash pickup man. I know that sounds stupid maybe, but I wanted to say it because this morning I heard my trash man drive up. 2 weeks ago, I forgot to take out my trash bin, and so it had been sitting in my garage for another full week, for a total of 2 weeks or more, before it could be emptied and taken away. That wasn't good. Man, it was full the week ahead, and I had to go a whole nother week and have trash to the side and have to ask some neighbors if I could put one trash in their box and bag or trash cart and that kind of thing. Anyhow, I took the can out early this morning, and I heard them come by and take it away, and I just can't imagine what we'd do if we didn't have those trash folks come along and take that away each week, right? We would pile up. So they are truly an essential worker. There's no question about that. Next, I'm grateful for the law of seeing what can be. The price tag the world puts on us, excuse me, is just about identical to what we put on ourselves. We have the power within us to see what can be and not just what is. Here are the exercises we can use to add value to ourselves. Practice adding value to things. Adding value to real estate is a good example of how you appreciate a piece of real estate by adding value to it. Practice adding value to others, to people. The story of the 10-cow wife I remember years ago. It may have a bad politics today, but years and years ago there was a guy in Hawaii that had wanted to give. They paid years and years and years ago. They paid cows as a dowry to marry a young woman, and this guy was an ugly Moana, and all that they just. This guy wouldn't even pay 2 cows for her. Well, he gave 10 cows for her. And that added value to her. She became beautiful and broke out of her shell because of every negative, bad story that she had growing up. As we move higher and higher in the world of success, more and more our job becomes people development. So we should ask ourselves questions like, what can I do to add value to my employees or subordinates? What can I do to help them become more effective and successful? What can I do to my beginner entrepreneurs to help them feel they have the power to be anything they want to be? To bring out the best in someone else must be first in our minds. And the first thing to help them do that is to help them see or visualize themselves at their best, to see what they can be, not what they think they are right now. 3, practice adding value to ourselves. Conduct a daily interview with yourself. Ask, what can I do to make myself more valuable today? Treat myself as a piece of real estate in a sense. What can I add value to me? Visualize ourselves, not as we are, but as we can be. And lastly, I'm grateful for the principle of success that says empathize, visualize, and edify. If we can remember to do these 3 things with others, and more importantly with ourselves, be empathetic toward yourself, visualize yourself where you can be, and edify yourself, then new ways for attaining our potential will manifest themselves, and we'll attract that right through the portal of our mind into the world of the physical. And of course, this is most definitely a part of living the dream. So there you go. I'm closing this off now, but I'll be right back here next time at my laptop tomorrow night, sharing my heartfelt feelings as I'm on my journey to alignment. But until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.